following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Welcome in, everybody. It is Friday, and Justin Kulik joins us. How are you, my dear?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I want to tell you that I was awakened this morning with my Main Street Today alarm.
Right.
At my Main Street, mornings on Main Street alarm, should I say.
Right.
You do a show with Joe Dubin.
I do.
Every morning. And Joe is running, I don't know why, in a half marathon. This is more than a 5K, a 3K, or whatever. This is like the big old McGill. Like 12 miles or something.
Yeah. So the sticker, they give you a sticker 13.1,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, what I've heard. But he doesn't like, it's funny because when he brings it up, it's like nonchalant, like he's going to get something to eat. He's like, I'm going to do a half marathon this Friday. Can you host the show for me? I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess I can, but you're doing a half marathon? What? Not that he himself is doing it, like just specifically, but anybody doing a half marathon, I would make sure everybody knew.
Y'all, and Dave Gould, who runs this company, is in a 5K, rain, sleet, snow.
Right. Trails.
Crazy stuff.
Right.
Y'all, if y'all want me to do a charity event, it better not involve running.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell y'all right now.
Just not good at it.
I just don't want to do it.
That's true too. Yeah.
You know, that's part of it. Steve Burney, I'm going to see him tomorrow backstage Nashville. It's a sold out show, everybody. Elizabeth, good morning. Good morning. We got our gang is joining in. If you join in, drop us a comment. We love to hear we want to know what you're doing. We want to see what's happening for the weekend. I've got some strange hair thing going on right now. Your hair looks really good today.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. No, I combed it a million times because I had to host Joe's show. I was like, I don't know what they like.
Well, mine's getting worse as I touch it. I mean, I'm going, I put product in today.
No, it looks good.
I put hairspray on it and it's going, Wah! No, don't be doing this stuff to me, mama. Right. Don't be doing it. Hey, it is Friday, the end of the month, and it also means it's time for Miracles on Main Street with Josh. We heard his story last month, which is incredible. But now we get to hear the story of why he does, and how addiction affects families.
My employment, I've been the site director for a detox facility in Nashville. I've been the program manager for a men's 33-bed facility. And now, I'm blessed to work with Brooks, where my job is all of the relationships with all of the different types of individuals, everything from doctors to lawyers, down to case managers, and all the way across the board. Anyone that might come in contact with someone that struggles with the disease of addiction or alcoholism. And I do want to touch on that because it's still called King Alcohol for a reason. We oftentimes, because all the headlines read opiate overdose or epidemic or things like this, alcoholism has risen a large amount in this pandemic, which also leads to the violence and the domestic type situations. And so that's my little soapbox that we often forget is alcohol. And it's legal and it's readily accessible, and you don't have to go meet somebody in the old Kmart parking lot to get it. You can drive right down to the next corner. And so with all those things, it's just been a huge blessing. I got someone into treatment yesterday during the Super Bowl. where a lot of people get to watch the Super Bowl uninterrupted with their friends and family. One of the things about this is, some people would think that's annoying, and some people say it. They don't understand the passion for what I do. But to me, the disease of addiction doesn't pick Christmas Eve it doesn't pick the times when people's willingness becomes apparent and they're finally ready to say, let me get some help. And so, there's stories like that where, a young lady's admitting today to be able to get help that she needs. And then the reality also is, I was my best friend in this process. One of them, we got to celebrate 7 years Saturday, and we all went to go eat, at Cheddar's, and I sat across the table from this young man who he had been around for about 6 months, and he's, doing the thing in an accountable living situation. And this was just Saturday, 2 days ago. And this morning he overdosed and died. But the point is that I truly believe I'm a miracle, and I believe there are so many miracles that come out of this. The reality is also that we never know when we have an opportunity to impact someone's lives. Folks get really upset at something that they don't understand, especially if it's a parent or a grandparent or a family member that thinks they weren't raised like this. We raised them better than this. And that's one of the things that I try to describe and understand to families all the time. The disease of addiction changes us without our permission. But the cool story, the miracle of it all is so does recovery. When we get clean, recovery changes us without our permission. We start making decisions and behaviors when we engage in this process and realize after we've already done something, the old me would have done something way different. I just did something in a positive manner that was not self-seeking or self-serving. I did it to help someone else or to help mankind in general. And you realize this recovery process is working. I'm no longer self-centered and totally out for myself and what I can get. And so it's a great path to be on.
Healing from substance abuse can be a lonely journey, but you don't have to do it all on your own. At Brooks Healing Center, you matter. We're here to lend you love, support, and acceptance on your journey to find yourself again. With medical detox, residential, and partial hospitalization program levels of care, we help you overcome addiction, trauma, and adverse childhood experiences through personalized healing journeys. Our seasoned team of heart-centered staff is here for you with support, compassion, and hope. At Brooks Healing Center, we'll love you until you fall in love with everything you are.
Next week, we're going to head to Brooks Healing Center. Justin and I are going to go to Normandy, Tennessee, and see what it's all about. It's going to be an exciting time. Tonight, 7:00 at Twin Kegs in Hermitage, Judy Pastor is going to be performing with John Ford Coley. Going to be fantastic. We're going to talk a little bit about that coming up. We got a lot of people checking in. I know we're related. Her name is Evelyn Ford. I know we've related somehow. Looking good. Hi from Central Louisiana. I love it. Elizabeth. It's so prevalent. That's why liquor stores were considered essential during pandemic closures.
I didn't even know that. That's so sad.
Something. Hi, Michelle. Hi there. How are you? You are sunshine. That's the truth right there. And hi, Regina.
Hello.
How are you? And in our office, keeping everything going here at Main Street Media. Yeah. Shelly.
Oh, I didn't know her middle name was Catherine.
How was the pie? Shelly made you a pie.
Oh, it was amazing. She made me a pie. It was so awesome. It was great. I mean, it tasted amazing, but the biggest part of it was she made it for me. Like, I don't know, just I get things like that hit me hard in a good way, in a very good way.
People think about all sorts of things, and they think that the greatest things in the world cost a lot of money. The greatest things are the priceless gifts of time.
Right.
And effort, and they're nothing like love.
Exactly.
Hannah Bethel, speaking of love, she's coming up in just a little bit with a brand new single. She is fantastic. We have got Phil Barton, who is a singer-songwriter, who is absolutely incredible, part of Tin Pan South. Woohoo! Good people. Now, there is a new show coming. I usually would save this to Tuesdays, but my sister is an actress.
Right.
Who might or might not be part of this new show coming out.
No. A little O'Day collab?
A little bit. She's her name is Faith Ford, and the thing that happens, we know that if you knew her from Murphy Brown, you're a certain age. If you know her from Hope and Faith, you're a certain age. If you know her from The Pacifier with Vin Diesel, she was the mom in Pacifier.
What?
See, I knew I would get you with that. I bet you watched that as a youngster.
Oh yeah, a bunch of times.
Yeah.
A bunch of times. Great movie.
She's going to be part of this. Now, she's not part of this. I said, why weren't you in the trailer? She says, well, I wasn't part of the show yet. They're filming in Louisiana. They're filming in New Orleans, but I'm going to see your take on this.
Okay.
This is a brand new show that is coming to Peacock, which is a free app.
That's awesome.
You can get Peacock right now. And you don't have to pay to stream it right now, just unless you want the premium channels. Just go ahead and get it.
Right. They have one with just Hell's Kitchen, just Gordon Ramsay going on. It's just 24 hours a day. It's awesome.
Well, the show is called Killing It. Now you'll see why.
Craig, wow, I barely recognize you out of your guard uniform.
I need $20,000 for a down payment on a piece of swampland.
Are you applying for a loan?
Yeah.
I'm an advocate for Black people. It's important you know that, because I can't give you a loan.
I worked on that presentation for over a year.
This is your life, Gregory. You gotta take action.
I don't have much right now. I have no car.
Call the fire department.
My home is a 24-hour gym. Hey, Camille. Marco.
I got offered a new job in Columbus, Ohio.
You're not taking my daughter to Columbus. They don't even have a sports team.
They have the Blue Jackets.
You are not making my daughter a hockey fan. Doing the right thing is never a mistake. I believe in karma.
What about Nemo's mom and Finding Nemo? You think she got what was coming to her?
We don't know what Nemo's mom did before the movie started. We don't know how she was.
You don't have to worry. I'm not one of those weird Uber drivers that doesn't talk. Oh! Sorry, I just have to do one thing.
What's the hammer for?
Hammering. Would you mind sliding down a tad?
No! No!
So, you're probably wondering about the snake.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm wondering about.
Burmese pythons eat everything. It's an ecological disaster. So the state pays for every dead python we bring in.
Whoever gets the most snakes wins you $20,000.
Would you want to team up? I'm tough. Don't you hear my rugged Australian accent?
Okay.
Hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Are you okay?
I nailed the snake to my hand.
At least you didn't feel any pain.
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling,
There is some very intense competition. Look at this old timer.
Fly just landed on his eye.
It's a hunting technique. Any second, he's going to snatch her out of the air.
That guy's so old, insects think he's dead.
hustling.
So, what do you think? Are you going to watch?
Hilarious. Absolutely. I love Craig Robinson. I think he's so funny. He's hilarious.
Faith said he was just absolutely hysterical on
Really?
Offset. It was. And we both laughed because if you live in Louisiana,
Yeah.
she said, she goes, I've done nothing but kill snakes since I got here. She said, you unwrap the landscape stuff. There's snakes in it. She said, and not just any kind of snake, but big, like poisonous snakes and water moccasins. And she said, there's snakes everywhere. So I
That's
told her, I said,
unbelievable.
she needed to be an influencer for snake boots because she got a pair of them, you
Right.
know, and
Absolutely.
I thought, how crazy is that? I said, well, you know, you literally should tell people that you mow with snake boots on. She says, oh, they're tested to like fang proof up to certain.
Right. They
It's-
should get her to just like be the on set snake wrangler. And also I guess she would also have to act too. That would probably be pretty hard.
I just laughed. Well, anyway, it's coming to Peacock in April 15th. So take a look at that.
Definitely.
Phil Barton is a pro songwriter, part of Tin Pan South. And plus, here's how it dovetails. The actress who is in there is from Australia. And she was playing that part. See how that works in? And Phil also has a very cool, handy dandy accent himself. Hi, Phil.
Good morning. How are we?
Can you say good day to me?
G'day,
Good
mate. G'day, Devin.
I just wanted to hear that. Well, Justin, we're going to check back with you in just a second. Phil, I just am so glad you're part of the show.
Thanks for having me. It's wonderful to be here.
And you're from Australia too, right?
I sure am. I'm from, I say Sydney because that's where I lived before I moved over to Nashville. But I was born in Melbourne and I went to university in a wonderful place called Lismore, which is near Byron Bay. Beautiful, beautiful town.
Byron Bay is absolutely heaven on earth.
It's amazing. So that's where I got to like the beautiful thing about that area too was it wasn't really, they didn't want covers. They wanted original music. So that's where I sort of got my grounding playing my own songs, which was beautiful. And that's what people craved in Byron Bay. And you had this beautiful little beach town. And it was just a wonderful place to finish college and all that stuff and start doing music,
Well, I want to do a big shout out to Trevor and Jan Smith, who are dear to me. I did a radio show with them called the Toyota Outback Club.
Wow.
And I was part of that every week. And I said, instead of paying me, I want to come to Australia. I spent 14 days and went all over. And it was the hardest place to leave. It was the honest to God. If anybody gets a chance to go to Australia, go and just experience it.
I don't think you were I didn't really appreciate it until I moved to Nashville. And now every time I go back to Sydney or something, I'm just, wow. I lived there for so long and you don't appreciate it until you're away from it,
It's the cleanest. Sydney is a huge city, but it is so clean. And because they plant jasmine, jasmine just grows there. I thought, did they spray perfume in this whole city? It was just the most, it's lovely. It really is. Was it hard to move to Nashville? How did that happen?
You know what? I had a friend that was a songwriter and she moved over when she was 18 and she had a couple of hits. Her name's Kylie Sackley.
Yeah. And, I know her.
You know Kylie? And she had a top 5 song with Leanne Rimes, and then she had another hit, Sunshine in Summertime, with Faith Hill. And I was living with her sister as a roommate at the time, and I just got super interested in what she was doing. And I thought I was in the wonderful world of children's music, but I wanted to get out of that world. Not that I wanted to get out of it, but I wanted to, my dream was country music and writing songs. And it just took a moment to just get the courage to move across the world to follow your dream,
It's a huge step and it takes so much courage. A lot of people can't leave their home in Oklahoma and come to Nashville. So to leave, it's a totally different mindset. The seasons are upside down from here. So everything has to change. Everything.
Yeah, it really was a crazy move. And then on top of that, you've got all the paperwork for getting the visas and all that sort of nightmare of, just doing that. Plus, it's hard, making that sort of move. It's just away from your family and everything, but for me, it was the most amazing thing I ever did. And I'm sure glad, it led to the Nashville songwriting community and things like Tin Pan South, and all these beautiful things that we do. It's so fantastic. And I get to do my dream life, which is write songs with amazing, talented people every day. And I feel very blessed. That's for sure.
And ending up at the top of the charts with Lee Brice.
Yeah.
That's one of the many things that you have to celebrate.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you know the band In Excess.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And
Just one. So they were an Australian band, and I remember being 13 years old and with my ghetto blaster in my room, listening to Need You Tonight, and I'd listen to the American Top 40, and I just every week I was just amazed. I could hear it going all the way, and that hit number one on the charts, and it was just such a moment in my life that. And it's really strange because I played a show on the weekend at the Bluebird Cafe with Andrew Farris, who wrote all the INXS stuff. And I
oh my
got to
gosh,
tell him,
that must have just been like a surreal moment.
well, he played Need You Tonight before I played Woman Like You. And I got the chance to tell him, you changed my life. Like,
oh, wow.
What you don't even know. I mean, for all their stuff they did, they inspired so many people. And I got the chance to thank him for that moment of just, from that moment, all I ever thought about was writing a number one song in America. And from 13 years old, and I learned to play guitar, and I went and did all the things, and you've got life distractions, but I finally got to Nashville.
Made me cry. I'm sorry, but that just really got me. That's beautiful.
I mean, it was amazing to just be able to say thank you for, changing my life to someone that, that I honestly I didn't know, but now I've become lucky enough to become good friends with. But so yeah, I moved to Nashville, and I mean, from the fire of that dream of having a number one song, I just wrote thousands and thousands of songs. Whatever right I could do, you never know. And then I finally wrote with these guys, John Stone and Johnny Bulford, and we wrote the song "A Woman Like You," and it was crazy. John actually, after we wrote all day, drove past Lee Bryce's house, who, we didn't know he was getting his material together for his next record, but John just said, "Look, I think I wrote a great song today," to Lee. And Lee was like, "Play it to me." And then he played him the song, and beknownst to me, I woke up the next morning, there was a little version in my email of Lee just playing around with the song on Pro Tools. And he walked that into Curb Records that day and said, "I want to record this song tomorrow." And I think it's my first single from my second record. And it ended up being number one song, and his first number one song, and my first number one song, all of our first number one songs. And it was pretty amazing.
The theme of this show is often just when you follow your dream and you make it your authentic, just be who you are and do it, and literally just follow the God crumbs, that are left along the path. Good happens. And that's what I got a little weepy during that, because that is the song of inspiration. As a song of inspiration, coming up right after you, Hannah Bethel.
I love her.
She's in the waiting room. She's going to be on with us in just a second.
She's the best. I love her. I've written some songs with her, and she's an amazing talent.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's just beautiful to have you guys on my show. Would you like to sing "A Woman Like You" so we get an idea what you're like going to be on Tin Pan South? And what stage will you be on, and what day and what time?
So Tin Pan South's an amazing thing. You know what? It's about 10 years ago this song went number one, and I remember I've done Tin Pan South probably 12 years now, and it's such a great festival. And can I just say it's amazing that we get to go back to live, because obviously
yes, you can say that.
We did it online like once during the pandemic, and I mean the great thing is being able to tell these stories to people that care about what we do, and that's what Tin Pan South is. Like, people like hearing the stories behind. And I remember, when I moved to town, I got to I walk into these shows, and it's so exciting. I saw the guy Jim play "Eye of the Tiger" just on an acoustic guitar, and I've seen JD Souther do an intro of the biggest intros, like "Heart of the Matter," and then he didn't even play the song because he's got so many hits.
Okay, for me, it was when Dennis Matkowski did "Maniac." I mean, I'm going like from Flashdance, and I'm going, what? And he played the thing, and that's what Tin Pan South is all about.
I mean, it's just shocking when Dennis does that, isn't it? I've done many shows with Dennis, and when he starts doing he starts a little drum beat on the keyboard, and it's just fantastic. He's such an amazing guy too, and just what a songwriter. Just a great guy.
Well, as you are, tinpansouth.com/tickets, and you're going to get to hear Phil Barton. And then what is your venue?
I'm actually playing the Bluebird on Thursday night at 6 with the wonderful Liz Rose, who's actually my publisher. She's written many hits for Taylor Swift and needs no introduction. Girl Crush, she wrote. Just a lot of amazing songs. And
great stories. She tells great stories too.
She's a great storyteller, and she's a songwriter from the heart. That's what I love about her. And lucky enough to be playing with my friend Cameron Bedell, who he's got the new Jimmy Allen single, Down Home, and he's a hell of a songwriter and a singer. And Seth Innes, who's one of my best friends, he was on Sony Records for a while there, and he had a song called Woke Up in Nashville, and he's just one of the best writers in town. He's going to have hits everywhere. He's already had a bunch, but yeah, it's going to be a great show. The thing I say about Tin Pan South, Devin, is that the only problem is there's so many great shows you can't go to every show.
I couldn't agree with you more.
So it's like it's almost every show you pick is your heart's like, oh, I need to be there, but I need to be here. So I mean, it's a stressful week of deciding.
It's really tough. It's really tough. But I will say, being at this show and at the Bluebird during Tin Pan South week is absolutely magical. Well, I'm going to turn the camera over to you and let you perform your song.
This is Woman Like You, everybody. This song went number 1 about 10 years ago now, so it's crazy just how time flies, but here it goes. Last night, out of the blue, drifting out to the evening news, she said, honey, what would you do if you'd have never met me? I just laughed, said, I don't know. I could take a couple guesses, so I tried to dig real deep. Said, darling, honestly, go on. I do a lot more offshore fishing. I probably eat more drive-through chicken. I take some strokes out my golf game. If I'd have never known your name, still be driving that old green Nova. I probably never would have heard of yoga. I'd be a better football fan. But if I was a single man, alone and out there on the loose, I'd be looking for a woman like you. Woo! Well, I could tell I got her attention, and I said, baby, I forgot to mention, I wouldn't trade a single day, no, for 100 years the other way. She just smiled and rolled her eyes, 'cause she's heard all of my lines. I said, come on, girl, seriously? If I hadn't been so lucky, I'd be shooting pool in my bachelor bed, playing bass in my cover band, restocking that cold Bud Light, poker every Tuesday night. I'd have a dirt bike in the shed. Now I want to throw a pillow on the bed. No, I keep my cash in a coffee can. But if I was a single man, alone and out there on the loose, I'd be looking for a woman like you. Yeah. She knows what a mess I'd be if I didn't ever hear. But to be sure, baby, I whispered in her ear, You know I get sick deep sea fishing, and you make the best fried chicken. I got a hopeless golf game. I love the sound of your name. My miss that old green over, but I love watching you do yoga. I take this gold band on my head over being a single man, 'cause honestly I don't know what I'd do if I'd never met a woman like you. Woo! A woman like you. Thank you, Lee Bryce, for doing my song.
Woo! Yes. And I've got to bring Justin back on because Justin sang every word to that
I
song.
love that song. That seriously has been one of my favorite songs.
Oh, thank you, man.
Came out, a couple years ago or whatever, and every time I hear it, I like it. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those like classic ones. They come out with a bunch of new country music every now and then, or I mean, a lot.
It has
but that
staying
one's
power.
for me. Yeah, that one. Like
Yeah, I feel very blessed that it's sticking around so well. It's like back then I was just new to Nashville, and I was kind of freaked out by the by driving on this side of the road because we drive on the other side. So
That's no problems with that.
I had a moped at the time. I had a little moped that I'd scoot around Nashville on. So I never really heard it on the radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like always to me, it's just a song we wrote that day. But it's crazy to play it out live and see people's reaction, and that's I'm so excited to play it at Tin Pan South. I'm up at Sundance at the moment. We're playing some Bluebird shows tonight and Saturday night. So I just got in late last night, and I'm excited to explore the mountain and do that stuff. But it's amazing.
Wow, how cool. Well, thank you so much for your time.
That was awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Well,
and letting us talk about Tin Pan South because it's so wonderful.
It is a fantastic time. Well, you have a great rest of your visit up at Sundance, and check in with us soon. After you,
Okay, I'd love that.
After you come back, I think I need a recap of what it was like to being a Nashvilleian in Sundance.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. Anytime, I'd love to say hey again. That's awesome.
Wonderful, Phil. Thank you so much.
Are you going to go to Tin Pan South next week, or?
I'm going to be trying to get to every show I possibly can. I love.
I know that stressful situation.
I'm songwriter mom, so that's I need that on a jersey because I'm the unofficial songwriter mama of Nashville, and I love my songwriters. So I'm going to try to see everybody I possibly can.
We'll have the best week. It's going to be amazing, and great to talk to you this morning.
Likewise, Phil.
Have fun with Hannah. Tell her I said hey. She's amazing.
I will. She just heard you. I know that. Hey, you know what? You tell her hey. Hannah.
Hey.
So what are we doing?
Hey, Phil.
How are you? Oh, it's good to see you.
Hello. What a lovely surprise.
Oh, I know. It's amazing.
This is so great. And Hannah, are you in Nashville right now?
I am. I'm in my house here in Nashville.
Oh, awesome. Congrats on all
Oh,
the
that's
music.
wonderful. Well, we'll say bye to Phil and let him go explore a mountain. And now we're going to explore Hannah's brand new project. So bye, Phil. Wait a minute. I hit the wrong one. There you are. Ding. Oh, it's so good to have you. Hannah is like my spirit daughter, in case you didn't know. I kind of adopted her when she came to visit me at WSM. She has the coolest work ethic and just the sweet, sweet spirit. We call you Sweet Hannah Bethel. You know that. Cliff Doyle, your manager, and I, it's like, oh, Sweet Hannah Bethel. Yes, she's got to be on.
Well, thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to seeing your face and chatting with you. It's been too long.
Oh, it's absolutely. Well, hey, you're here, you have survived, you have gotten through, financially and love wise and all that good stuff. And you are here with a brand new project. There are so many projects that are coming out that were birthed because people actually had time to create.
Indeed. Yeah. Yes, it's been definitely a journey to get to here. It's been a long time coming, this project, and it feels so good to finally put it out there. Today's release day. So Cliff and I have been running around doing some different press and stuff, and it just feels really, really good to finally be sharing this music.
I am so glad that you're here, and we've got it ready to play. But before that, I just wanted, now today is release day. And so and our viewers are the best in the world. So tell them how can we best support you in your music?
So there's a few different ways. You can always purchase the songs on iTunes. They're also available on all the places that you stream music. So yeah, buy it, stream it, share it on your socials if you like it, share it with your friends, tell people about it. Yeah, that would be lovely. I'd so appreciate it.
Absolutely. That's the thing, because people don't even know anymore what actually helps an artist.
Mhm.
And one of the things that I love about you is that you also have this wonderful collection of things that you sell for merch. It can be anything from essential oil blends to special stones and things like that. How did you kind of go into this wonderful kind of new age, kind of a new way of thinking, kind of how did you go into that?
Yeah, well, I've always been I was always kind of a mystical little kid growing up, was just very into, the mysteries of the universe and what the heck is actually going on here. And then that curiosity just continued into my adult life, into just studying everything I could in regards to spirituality and metaphysics. And now has led me to, I'm actually a certified hypnotherapist and Reiki master, and I see clients here in Nashville too. And so I kind of incorporate that into my music, into my creativity too, because I can't help it. So all the music is infused with Reiki. And then on my website, I do have a selection of crystals available, some sage. I've also got, I've released 4 records throughout my life prior to this one. And the only place you can get those is on my website, hannahbethel.com. So if you check out that store, you can get those CDs, you can get you a crystal, get you a t-shirt.
I just love it. And she has the best t-shirts, and your artwork on your t-shirts and your album art is always so good.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, I'm a 70s girl. I love that throwback kind of a feel, that some of it that, you kind of have a hippie flair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I am a true hippie.
Well, tell us a little bit about the song we're about to hear.
Which one is it? Bad News Baby? Oh,
yes.
Which one are you
Oh,
playing?
you know what? I
Baby.
want to explain what just happened. What just happened for Hannah is that these are her songs for a year and a half ago, as far as being birthed, recorded, put out, and whatever. It's like, wait a minute, what is it now? Because you're always, songwriters are always in motion. They're always moving. And so that's Bad News Baby.
Yes, Bad News Baby. So this song, this was the debut single off of the record. We released it at the end of January. And it's kind of different than anything I've released before. And I really wanted it to be the first song, because it starts out really kind of vulnerable, and then it has a little bit of a curveball finish. And yeah, it was just about an experience I had of kind of a mystical experience with somebody where I thought it was the thing, and then it wasn't the thing, but there were so many synchronicities lining up. But I think that sometimes those synchronicities are pointing us in the right direction, but we don't always end where we think we're going to end, but we're still going in the right direction. And so that's what that experience was, and what this song is about. And it's Bad News Baby.
It's a great way to approach life. I got to tell you, kid, you have got wisdom far beyond your years. I cannot wait to see you in person. Speaking of,
Yes.
when can we see you live?
Yes. So we've got the album release show celebration coming up on April 6th, which I'm so excited. I haven't played in Nashville in a few months, so I'm very pumped. In Nashville at 3rd and Lindsley, which is one of my most favorite venues in town. I've had a lot of really special shows there over my last decade plus in Nashville. So love 3rd and Lindsley, love the people there. It's April 6th at 7:30. My friend Sean C. Kennedy is going to be joining me, who's also just wonderful. And yeah, Nashville, we'd love to see you there, hear the whole record and some brand new songs. I'd love to celebrate with you.
Well, do me a favor and I know Cliff is somewhere there because he is like, I'm the official songwriter mama. He's the unofficial artist daddy. And he like takes care of everybody. So we keep it in the family. So on April 6th, if you can check in with us, I'm going to check in with him because I'd love to do just a little celebration that day. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you? If you're available, I'd love to see you that day. Well, we're going to play Bad News Baby and kiss you goodbye and put a bow on this puppy of a show. Thank you for being with us, Hannah.
Thank you, Devin. So good to see you always.
Love you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Always love the smell of a cigarette. Ever since I was a kid, always wanted to taste it on my lips, and I am captivated by a smoking hand, and I never did understand until I caught a glimpse of you like this, and I'm given into the mystery. One drag and suddenly I can't breathe, and I swear the smell of smoke in my hair will always remind me of when I thought I had everything, but you were nothing but bad news, baby. I bet you're closing down a Tuesday night outside in the red porch light, just lighting them up and looking around, 'cause you're just drunk enough to still drive home, but you don't wanna sleep alone. You need someone who keeps out the cold. That's all I was. I know I'm given into the mystery. One drag and suddenly I can't breathe, and I swear the smell of smoke in my hair will always remind me of when I thought I had everything, but you were nothing but bad news, baby. Bad news, baby. Bad news, baby.
Hannah Bethel. Woo! She kills me. She hits me right in the soft place in my heart. Well, all my heart's kind of a soft place. But you know what? It hits me right there in the center, like boom, right dead in. And I really get that song. And I want you to see the whole fully produced Hannah Bethel, April 6th, 3rd in Lindsley. Tonight, I want whatever you do, y'all my people, I want you to go and save it, download it, pay the 99 cents and just buy it. Y'all just support her because she's a good chick. And Phil Barton, we love us some Phil Barton. Go see him at 10 Penn South. This is a show. I turn you on to some really great music. A shout out to Johnny Vinoker, who is listening. And I don't know whether he's in Los Angeles or Florida or coaching actors all across America or on stage or on a set somewhere. But Johnny Vinoker is Faith Ford, my sister, will tell you he's the reason that she's the actress that she is. He kind of took her under his wing. He's a great actor on his own, but sending love, JV. Glad that you're here. We're going to send some love at the end of our show to some kittens because... Yes. Justin, you have Mighty Miracles. You have some. You want to tell us about the kittens?
Yes.
Joe always has pet of the week, but there's always dogs.
Yeah. So this is something that I kind of was approached by. It's Mighty Miracles Kitten Rescue. Here's their Facebook page.
Oh my God! Look at that picture.
Look at literally those cats are cuddling,
and they're wearing tutus.
I know, it's great. So I got the crew neck. They're awesome people. Mighty Miracles is a foster-based rescue with their focus on kittens, birth up to 12 weeks, with the emphasis on critically ill and injured kittens.
They do God's work. I'm going to tell you, they really do.
They do. And the best, if you want to learn more, just go to their Facebook page, Mighty Miracles Kitten Rescue. Stephanie Bost, B-O-S-T, is the founder and executive director. If you go like their page, you don't have to leave anything monetarily, but just to get the word out. It's a great cause, and I fully support it, and just wanted to kind of use this platform which I appreciate, Devin. Thank you, to get that message out there.
They do amazing work. I just want to tell everybody, the Mighty Miracles they're good folks.
Definitely.
I have some ferals. I have a feral cat that shows up once a year and brings me kittens. I have not been able to catch her.
Oh,
and she just shows up and she
drops her babies off.
Mm-hmm. I found the babies in the chicken laying box. She's okay. Here's where you leave eggs and kittens, apparently. Yeah. And so I brought them in the house. She followed in. She won't let me near her or whatever.
Right.
And now she's moved those kittens somewhere in my house. So I've got to go home and find kittens. But Mighty Miracles, we know where the kittens are and they need home. So if you can help, hey, that's a big old show. Thank you guys for letting us go a little bit longer today. Share, and join us. And if you have not clicked like or subscribe to Main Street Today on Facebook, Main Street Today Radio on Instagram.
Which rock are you living under? We'll come find it and lift it up.
Yeah, and lift it up and shine the light in.
Subscribe.
Be safe, everybody. Be kind. Remember, you are loved. Have a great weekend.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together, like a silent Sunday service. Together, on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite.